This was my chord progression, and maybe you've heard this chord progression, and now I can kind of explain it a little bit better. So one of the first progressions, even before I knew what a progression was, I just knew it was chords that you put together, but I didn't know it was literally a progression. Was a C, it's in the key of C. So I'm playing a C chord, G, C, E, and I'm going down a half step. So it's a C over A, C over A. It's a B chord, triad over A flat. Then you got a B flat chord over G. And then I'm playing a E, B flat, and D over F sharp. And I'm playing an A minor over F. That was my first chord progression. And so I would do it all the time. So that's all I knew. And I would rock that thing. They would sing, there's power. They said, there is power, 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 wonder working power. That is so humble beginnings. Oh my God. But it's the truth. And so, but what nobody ever told me was, you got to transpose that. So I took C, and sometimes people will give you things and they'll equip you with something that you can use, but the system or the enabling that they gave you, they put this thing, they said, that'll work. We'll sing in whatever key you play in. And you never get anybody else to say, well, you got to learn all the other keys too, Q. So for 2-3 years, I'm rolling. I never tried to transpose. And I didn't use the transpose button either, ever. Ever. You ever had an aha moment? I can't understand. And something comes by, oh, now I see. Awareness is so important. So you got to get with somebody who can unlock that in you. And so when I started meeting people and started understanding, I said, oh, okay, that's a C over A. That's a B over A flat. Okay, that's a B flat chord. Okay, I'm going down a half step from F to the E. All right? Because at first it was just this simple. I thought I was doing something too. Yeah, dude. Then I was like, man, what's that? Oh, so mistakes are not always a bad thing. It's sometimes in the mistakes to where you find that there's something valuable. So I love you, right? Now, my hand automatically hit a F and an E, and some folk will say that's a glitch. A glitch to who? Did you hear a glitch? But I know I glitched. But my intention was so strong. Okay, oh.
There you go.
I got some good. This is good, y'all.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We're doing something slightly different today. It's not your usual podcast episode that we usually put together. I know you probably saw the title, and I just wanted to kind of remember a legend that we lost today. Remember a great that definitely had a lot of influence on how I play and how I wish to play. For those that saw it or saw social media and have heard about the news and everything, Quennell Gaskin, a wonderful piano player, has passed this morning, I believe. I think it was this morning. It's very upsetting. I know we lost Aaron Spears earlier on in the year, so it's very unfortunate. Definitely sending condolences to all of his family, his wife, his kids. That's definitely not something that you want to wake up to, let alone experience. Um, it's definitely not something that you would wish upon anybody. It's definitely, I already know it. I've seen a couple of my musician friends talking about it, and the community as a whole has been talking about it. Um, Quennell Gaskin was a gem. I didn't get to fully experience him personally. I didn't get the chance or the opportunity to meet him one on one, like in person, and have that opportunity. But I do know some musicians that I'm cool with that have had that opportunity to experience him in person, to experience his character, to experience his playing in person, to play alongside with him, and it's literally just been amazing things that have been said. Um, I just wanted to take this episode to kind of just talk a little bit about it. Um, for those that don't know my whole journey somewhat, um, I started out playing on the drums mainly. Um, I started learning piano at a real young age, but I wasn't serious about it until my later teen years. And you already know, living in a social media influenced time and culture, you could access a whole bunch of things on social media. So during that time, when I was becoming more and more of a piano player, more of a keyboard player, of course, you just start checking out who you could find online that you could just kind of pay attention to. Talking to some other people that I know, asking them like, what are some people that I could search up or check out to kind of get better on the keys, and people that'll just help me mature my ability. And I can't remember when exactly I came across Quennell Gaskin, but I came across him somehow on social media, and I've literally been just a fan since. He's actually one of the main reasons why I really started appreciating classical music. If you've sat down and just listened to how he played, if you just sat down and listened to how he approached certain songs and how he reharmed a whole bunch, you could tell that he was trained classically. But it was always like a passion that he put into it too. Like if you followed him on Instagram, every video that he posted was just so uplifting. And while he's playing, you're just sitting there like, man, like, what did this dude drink this morning? You feel me? um, he was an amazing piano player. From the comments that I've heard and the stories that I'm seeing on social media, it's only saying so much more about the type of guy that he was. Um, it's always rough with these situations because, of course, we know everybody's gotta pass on later in life, but you never wish for that day to actually happen. You know. Um, it's one of those situations where you really wouldn't expect someone to leave so early, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. We definitely lost a wonderful musician. Um, I could guarantee he was just a wonderful person as well. Um, he's definitely, I can personally say he has definitely had a handprint in how I play sometimes, and how I want to play and how I actually somewhat listen to music. He has, I can say he's definitely had a handprint in my journey as a piano player, and it's just one of those days, man. You know, you just gotta think and reflect. Like, man, let me just put on some Quennell Gaskin, or let me just listen to something of him playing. You know, it's one of those things. You know, so we're just definitely remembering somebody great. Definitely remembering somebody that has taken time to discipline himself and taken time to perfect his craft, because that man that man has taken, like, you could tell he's taken time to perfect his craft. He's taken time to hone in all of his abilities, all of the potential that he's had. He made sure that that was completed, that was fulfilled, all the potential that was possible, that it came out. And definitely that grateful to God that God gave him the ability to do that, because I know that he would definitely say that. He would definitely give glory to God that he had the ability to learn all that he learned, and he had the ability to do all that he did. He was just that type of guy, man. Um, if anything, while reflecting, I'd probably just give two tips. If I could just give anybody advice, I'd say love your people while you can now, and definitely take care of your health. Um, I know I've seen a couple of his things to where he had one video to where he was injured. He had I think it was like a fractured finger, and he was still playing. And I believe it was him, and if it wasn't him, it was probably somebody else that's also connected to him. And you know, from time to time, a lot of musicians just talk about being healthier and taking care of their body. I definitely can say, and I've seen a whole bunch of musicians that have gone through health experiences talk about how it's good to make sure your health overall is good, because you know, as a musician, you could kind of just get used to doing the usual, and then you just kind of put a whole bunch of stuff in your body, and you just get used to doing a whole bunch and being on the move. You get used to just being a musician, really, because I know some musicians, if you're on the move 24/7 and you're trying to grab food, or you're tired and all of that, barely getting rest and all of that stuff, I definitely know that takes a toll on your body. It definitely takes a toll on your body. Um, and yeah, man, love on your people while you can. You know, it's unfortunate that we lost a great, but you never know whose time is going to be here. You never know whose time is going to come this quick. And the last thing you want to do is have regrets because you didn't spend time with them, or you didn't have that time set out to just express to them how you really felt. Like, I saw a couple of musicians today speak on how they got in contact with him the last time, and some people have visited him, and some people just during his battle, just, you know, still reaching out, connecting with, checking up on him, and while he's checking up on them, they're checking up on each other. You never know, man. You never know. It's definitely a sad case to see, but let's try to do better. Let's do what we can, you know. Instead of spreading hate, instead of being mean to one another, instead of holding grudges, instead of having all these ill feelings towards one another because of a disagreement or like any of these things that transpire, man. Like, let's learn to appreciate one another while we're here. I forgot what the saying was, but it was talking about giving your flowers while they could smell them, you know? Like, we never know what's going to happen in life. We never know who's going to go through in life. And the last thing you want to do is wait until they pass to, express how appreciative you are of them, or express how wonderful they are, or just basically just sharing the sentiments of your heart while they're here, rather than you trying to express how you really feel after they already left. So I'm not gonna make this a long one. It was just something that was on my mind. I was thinking about it all day. Just kind of appreciating a man that really had influence on how I try to approach music nowadays. So definitely, we lost a good one, man. We lost a good musician. But that's all I wanted to address while I was on here. Just wanted to approach it a little bit. So, hope you guys enjoyed the listen. Until next time, family.
Do you know, oh him? Do you know, oh him? Do you know the Son of God? The man who walked out on the waters. He calmed the raging sea.